What is going on, Jet fans? I am Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today, what I want to talk about is a rumor regarding the New York Jets around the 2024 NFL Draft and Joe Douglas potentially doing something that he's literally never done as Jets GM, but is something that a lot of fans have wanted to see him do. And that is trade back in the first round. There are rumblings that the New York Jets could consider moving back in round one. What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary back with my underdog picks for championship weekend. We got two games. I got three plays for you. The first is rushing yards for Patrick Mahomes. I'm taking higher than 26.5. Really, it's just a spot where I feel like he can go and tuck one down and run for 20 yards, and it's like, okay, he has one more rush, and then you're good to go. I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey higher on his rushing yards as well, 87.5. I think they just kind of force feed him the rock play, keep away from that Detroit Lions offense for a little bit in that game. And then finally, Travis Kelce higher than 6 receptions. I know that's kind of a big number, 6 receptions, but it seems like we always see Travis Kelce in the playoffs, going off with Patrick Mahomes, championship weekend, the chance to get to the Super Bowl. I think he has a big game. 3 plays, $10 to win 60. Sign up using my link down below in the description and receive a 100% match deposit bonus. Rich Cimini was on with Connor from New York Flight Jets Talk, new YouTube channel. Make sure to check out our guy Connor. Kid is killing it, extremely talented. He's in 7th grade and putting out unbelievable content, really knowledgeable. So if you haven't seen the interview, make sure to check that out. But there was something interesting said on the program where he goes, that is something you definitely want to watch for. This is Cimini talking to Connor. Little rumblings we hear, from covering the team, trading down in round one. That is something you definitely want to write down and keep an eye on. Now, Joe Douglas has been aggressive in the draft in the first round and has traded up. He's done it a couple of times. He moved up for Elijah Vera Tucker, a move that we all were excited about, and I'm still excited about. I like AVT. And he also traded back into the first round for Jermaine Johnson just a couple of years ago in 2022. But this time, his draft strategy might be a little bit different. And the reason behind that is because they don't have a second-round pick from the Aaron Rodgers trade. Now, no one is coming on and saying that the Jets made a mistake and they shouldn't have done that. They should have kept their second-round pick and not have traded for Aaron Rodgers, whatever, right? But they don't have one, is the point being, and they don't have as much ammunition as in previous drafts. And if the Jets want to get a second-round pick and want to, get more ammo for the NFL draft, an avenue that they could go down instead of trading a roster player because they are trying to go for it. They are in win now mode. Move back. They could trade back from pick 10. And when you look at the first round, there's a path for why the Jets at pick 10 is a spot for where they could move back from. Normally, when you think of trading back, you think of a team like, for instance, the Chicago Bears, who have the first pick. Are they going to keep Justin Fields or are they going to take the quarterback? I think they're going to take the quarterback, which is what the Jets did in 2021 when they had the second pick. The right decision, by the way. Wrong, not right mindset, right play, but execution didn't go well because Zach Wilson didn't end up hitting. But I like the aggressive nature to try to pick a quarterback when the quarterback on your roster is not the long-term answer, which is what they did with Sam Darnold. But moral of the story, we don't have to rehash 2021 history. The Jets pick 10th. There are 4 teams after the New York Jets, with pick 11 and being Minnesota, then Denver, then Las Vegas, and New Orleans. Those 4 teams follow the New York Jets. And why am I highlighting those 4 teams in particular? Well, I think there's a chance that those 4 teams could be in the market for a rookie quarterback or for taking a quarterback. And with those 4 teams, if one of them thinks that they're either going to take a quarterback, one of the ones in front of them, like let's just say, let's use New Orleans for the example. If they think there's a chance Vegas or Denver or Minnesota could take a quarterback, maybe they would want to jump them and get to the Jets pick so that they get in front of those 3 teams. Same could be said about, Vegas or Denver, or we see pick swaps, happen all the time where you move back a spot and you gain extra capital that way. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those teams wants to go after a quarterback, because right how it stands right now, top 2 picks, more than likely, it could change, but more than likely, first 2 picks are going to be Caleb Williams or Drake May. And then beyond that is where it becomes into question. Like, are the Patriots at pick 3 going to take Jaden Daniels? Could Atlanta take him at 8? But let's say that, where the Jets are on or off the clock, that Jaden Daniels is gone, Drake May, Caleb Williams is gone. Maybe one of those teams they really like. There's a couple other quarterbacks who are probably going in the first round. Michael Penix someone that these guys want to move up for? Maybe someone really likes J.J. McCarthy. I don't, but maybe someone does. Bo Nix is another name. Like, there's a few options who could go in the first round, and quarterbacks get overdrafted all the time because of how valuable the position is. Quarterback is the most important position in the sport, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's all said and done. If 4-5 quarterbacks go in the first round, and we see teams move around for quarterback all the time. So I think if the Jets were to trade back, those 4 teams right after them are all prime contenders who could be looking to move up for a quarterback. And they have options. They being the Jets have options if they wanted to move back, depending on how far they go. Maybe Fuaga is still in the mix, right? At that point, that's someone that I really like, Talisi Fuaga out of Oregon State. Maybe he's still there if you drop back a couple of spots, but if not, maybe they have Latham, Amarius Mims, or Troy Fautanu from Washington. Maybe one of those guys are in the same boat, right? Or they have closer together, and they're comfortable with taking one of those guys, and that's the guy that they really want. And then they move back, 3 spots to gain a second round pick. And now you're taking a tackle, and then you could use that second round pick, which would be a top 50 pick on another position on the offensive line, or on the offense in general. So it's an interesting thought. I don't know if it's something that's a guarantee. For instance, there's been some smoke with Olu Fashanu potentially falling to the New York Jets. Maybe they just stay put and they take him, or they stay put and take Fuaga, or they stay put and take Brock Bowers. Like, there's a lot of things that the Jets could do in this draft, right? But this would be something that I think would happen on draft night. Like, I don't think remember, I think it was St. Patrick's Day. The Jets traded up from 6 to 3 and ended up with Sam Darnold. But I don't think, the Jets are moving back in the draft next month. I think, this is something that, if it were to happen, would happen on draft night and would be dependent on what happens in front of the Jets, who's on the board for them at pick number 10. But I do think it's an option for the Jets and something that is worth talking about, a potential trade back. So I want to hear from you. Do you guys think the Jets should trade back from pick number 10? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.